Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now you've probably clicked on this video like, what? Especially if you've watched me for a while now. I am not really one to do videos like this. The reason is I'm quite a sort of reserved person in that sense. I don't really like talking about my problems. I never have, not even to you guys, to anyone. I just don't really like talking about things, and I sort of deal with things in my own way, which necessarily might not be the best thing to do. But I've just been like that, and that's sort of me. But recently I've seen a lot of things online that have affected a lot of people due to a mental illness, and I kind of want to share with you guys sort of my story and experience with it, and also how I deal with it now. So if you didn't know already, I have anxiety, and I have ever since I can remember. I think it's been like over 3 years ago, maybe a bit more. That is when I realised I had it. So growing up, I used to be quite shy, but I remember like feeling this emotion, which I still feel now, and I didn't know what it was. I'd worry a lot, I'd feel nervous, I'd feel stressed, I'd feel like I didn't know what to do with myself, and I'd feel like I want to be alone, and then I'd feel like I want to be with someone, but then I wouldn't want to be with someone, and my mind would go crazy, and I'd think, what do I want? What is this emotion I'm feeling? Like, I don't know what to feel. Like, what is going on with myself? And for so long I didn't know what it was, and I used to feel this way. Like, even I remember like when I was younger, I used to like when I used to see my family, it's just I used to get it really bad when I was younger, when I was put under pressure. So if like, I'm all up for banter and stuff now, but like when I was younger, if someone made fun of me, I didn't know how to handle it, and I'd get really anxious and I'd cry. No one knew what that was, and it was hard to deal with them because I was like, I don't know why I'm crying. Like, why am I crying? I have no idea why. But it all made sense when I found out that I had anxiety, and I was like, oh, okay. Because I remember watching, I think it was Zoella's video, and she explained that she had anxiety and explained like how she dealt with it and stuff, and like what she would think. And I remember thinking, that is literally how I felt. And I used to watch so many anxiety videos when I was younger, and I used to be like, this is literally what I have. And it was nice in a way because it was something that I could put a name to it, and I know I had it, and then it was easy for me to then deal with it because I didn't know what I had before. I was thinking, why am I getting so emotional? Why am I getting so stressed? Why am I worrying all the time? Why? All of this would go through my mind, and I'd feel like I'm going crazy, and I'd go like 100 miles an hour. Do you know what I mean? It was just like intense. So yeah, I remember watching her video, and I remember thinking, that's what I've got anxiety. And it was nice to watch other YouTubers. I wasn't a YouTuber then, but like it was nice to watch YouTubers. They're just normal people, and it was nice to watch them and just think, oh, I've got that, I can relate to them too. So hence why I'm creating this video for you guys, because I want to share with you my story and just share with you how I deal with it. So now for the hard bit. So I always knew I had anxiety, and it used to get good and bad. I was sort of able to deal with it in a way because I sort of knew what I had. And then this is something I don't really share, but I feel like I should share, and I'm ready to share. So about 3 years ago, lashes on for a reason. So about 3 years ago, my dad passed away, and it affected me more than I thought. So yeah, it affected me a lot more than I thought. And I'm the type of person that doesn't like to talk about things. I keep it in. So when he passed away, I didn't like speaking about it to anyone, and still to this day I find it so hard because I didn't want to believe that it was true, and I didn't want to believe that it happened basically. So in my mind I thought, if I speak about it, it makes it more true. So if I don't speak about it, then I'll feel a lot better, which wasn't really the case in the end. I learned that it is good to talk about things that are hard because you're sort of letting it out. It's sort of like going to therapy. You're just talking about your problems, and it's sort of out in the open, and it's not all locked up in your head. You're sort of letting it out, which I wish I did, but I guess you learn things, and I was just listening to my body, listening to what I wanted, and that's what, like, when it happened, I didn't want to speak to anyone about it really. I used to just hate talking about it, and so for me, keeping it all inside my head made it a lot worse, because when obviously I have anxiety, it felt like it was all locked up in my head, and I wasn't letting anything out. And you can smile, like I look like I'm happy now, but inside you're hurting and you're fighting a battle that is so hard and you don't know how to deal with it, essentially. So I didn't realise that it got to me that much until like I'd go out with my friends, that I'd go clubbing and stuff, and it happened for about 6 months, like when I went clubbing, that I'd get so anxious about it, and like I'd go out and it got to the point where I don't, like something just switched in my mind and I'd feel anxious. It's like a wave that hits you, and I'd feel anxious, and we'd be clubbing having fun with my friends, and then I'd just feel anxious and I'm like, what is going on? And I'd literally have to go upstairs in the club for the rest of the night until my friends finished so we could go home together, because I felt awful. Like I was thinking, what am I feeling? And it is so frustrating because you're like, I don't know how to deal with it. What is going on with me? And when someone says to you, are you okay? You crack and you cry, and they're like, what's wrong? And you're like, I don't know. So it was really hard. And I mean, that's not the only situation that made it worse. Like I used to feel anxious like on my day-to-day sort of life, and I would never really go anywhere on my own. Like, I'd never really go into town on my own. I would never, like, I don't know, like there was just loads of different things that I would do and I'd feel too anxious to do, and I'd worry, and you know, it gets hard. But I sort of learned over time ways to deal with it, and yeah, I do feel a lot better now. I mean, it's still a roller coaster. At the moment I have been feeling really happy and stuff, but I will tell you guys why and like tips and stuff. But there are times where something can just, you'll be feeling so happy and there's one thing that can trigger it, and then you're so low and you're thinking, how can I get like this low? And then it's like, what? But it's just something that could trigger it maybe, and then you're a bit like, all over the place. But then when I do the things that I do on my list, I feel a lot better about myself, and yeah. So I know people have anxiety which is a lot worse or a bit more mild. I don't really know what to call mine, because like I said, it's sort of like a roller coaster. It's really different, and some days my anxiety is alright, some days it's not, you know, it changes. But yeah, so seeing as I have like a big platform with amazing subscribers, and I mean, I don't have like the most followers on Instagram and stuff, but I wanted to sort of reach out to you guys to sort of, you can message me, or just so I can help you. And just, I mean, I'm not going to help every single one of you that has anxiety. Like things that I tell you, there's a bus going by. Things that I tell you might not help you, but they help me. So if it helps you in any way, all of the things might not help you, but if one of them helps you, that's amazing. But even if you don't have it, it's good to know these things so you can help other people that do have it. Like if you're a boyfriend or a girlfriend and your partner has it, and you'll be like, okay, do this, just calm, and all of that kind of stuff. Now, like I said at the beginning, I'm not a therapist, I am not a professional at this, but seeing as I have had it and I still have it, it's just things that have helped me and how I deal with it. So because I work from home, as you guys know, obviously I'm a YouTuber, it is really easy, especially if you have a mental illness, to lounge around, not do much, stay in bed and work whenever, you know what I mean, like just do whatever. And I used to do that, but seeing as I'm growing and seeing as I am getting actually sort of better at my job, I have got a routine, and I think routine is key, absolute key. It's easy to follow on, and it's just important for your mind to have a routine because you feel a lot cleaner in your head. I feel like when I don't have a routine, I'm like, what do I do? Like I worry, and then I panic, and then I get anxious, and it's just like downhill. So in order for me to have a routine, like a daily routine every single day, I do this every single night. Bradley like falls asleep next to me, but I have a massive notepad, and on that notepad I write my to-do list. I always write my to-do list for the next day. Obviously you wouldn't write your to-do list for the day you just had. I always write it for the next day, and it's just things that I want to achieve. And I normally, for example, I'll write things like get up and make the bed. When you have a mental illness like that, making the bed is like, I'm sorry, when you don't have a mental illness like that and you write make the bed, you think, well, you just do that anyway, or like, why would you do that? But it honestly feels like a task that is hard to complete. And trust me, it feels like that when you feel really low. You just want to stay in bed, you get out of bed, you can't be bothered to make it, none of like, you're just like, no. So if you get out of bed and make your bed, even write that on the list. I write every single detail down. It helps you because you can tick it off. It's just another thing to tick, and it feels rewarding for yourself, and it feels like every day you're doing something, and when you complete it, you feel good about yourself and you feel positive about yourself, you know? It all sort of adds up. Yeah, it basically just helps you to know things that you can achieve, and it makes you feel better about yourself and a lot organised. So I definitely recommend that. But even if you don't work from home and you go to school or you go to work or something, you could still get up, have a coffee, make the bed, go to work, come home, tidy the house, go to the gym. You know, you could do like loads of different things in it. It doesn't matter what you do, just write detailed as possible of things you can do, because the more you do, the more you tick off and the more you feel better about yourself. So when I feel anxious and I don't really get panic attacks now. I used to get them when I was younger because I didn't know. It was more when I didn't know what anxiety was, and I'd get a panic attack because I didn't know how to handle it. And it was mostly when I went away. Like I remember my mum would always be like, oh, because it just come, it's like a wave. So sort of now I know how to deal with how I deal with it. It is really, really, really important to have you time, so like me time to yourself. So whenever I know that I have sort of anxiety like coming along and a wave hits me or whatever, I think, me personally, I'm like, there's a couple of things, it depends what situation I'm in, but most of the time I need to be on my own, and I need to get to sort of my safe space or get to like my bedroom or whatever, and I need to be on my own completely. And you could do this by going to your room and listening to music, or going to your room and watching a program, anything like that. It's really important to have you time because you can listen to yourself, you can calm yourself down and feel a lot better about things. So that's how I sort of handle it in that sense. But it's also good because obviously Bradley, my boyfriend, we're together the majority of the time. It is harder to do that unless I'm not, I just want to be on my own. And he's like, okay, like he's so understanding about it. He's so sweet. But it's also nice to feel comforted by someone and to know that you're safe and you are okay, whether you're comforted by someone or just comforted by yourself, you know, like you are okay, you will get through this. It's just a wave and it's gonna go. Anxiety, that's like my key. So yeah, it will get better. You just need to relax and breathe and like calm yourself. Next thing I have is talk to others. Now only recently have I told people how I really feel and how bad on how I would say my anxiety has been really bad. So like only recently have I told people how sort of, I feel like bad's the wrong word, but sort of like how bad my anxiety is really. I mean, I used to be like, oh, I'm anxious, I'm gonna go upstairs, like, and they'd be like, oh, okay. Inside, it'd be like there's fireworks going off, there's fire, it's like going crazy, but I'd just be like, okay, you know, like, I'm fine. So talking to others does help a lot, because you're not gonna sort of let things in. It's like I said earlier, when you talk about things, it actually just releases, I don't even know what it is, it just releases something and you just feel a lot better about it. And it is nerve-wracking at the beginning, and I remember like talking to Bradley and stuff about it, I just cried all the time. I literally just cried, and he was getting upset because I was getting upset, and it's just so hard to talk to someone about it because you can't be like, I have anxiety, and they're like, oh, okay. It's hard. It's a lot harder than it sounds. So, but talking to someone like in depth about it and stuff, whatever your problem is, it can be about like if you're anxious or if you have any problems or whatever, definitely recommend talking to someone because it really does help. The next thing is a therapist. Now I'm looking for one at the moment. I am feeling like a lot better about myself, but like I said, it is up and down, and I don't know when I'm going to feel low again. So if you guys recommend any, then write them in the comments down below, because I think it'll be good. It'll be good for me. It's a good thing to sort of like have, and yeah, so I definitely want to look into therapy, and I feel like a lot of people who have therapists say that they're amazing. So yeah. Next thing is to find a hobby. Now my hobby is makeup. I feel like this is sort of my comfort zone. When I was younger, I used to love putting it on, and it's sort of just, you go into like another world. It's like you open these doors and it's like, you go into this other world, and it's just a nice hobby to have because you can be creative and you can experiment with different things, and it's not permanent. So I could just put like random colours on my face and then take it off, and I'd feel better about myself. It's sort of like therapy in that sense, but you could do things like baking, or like going to the gym, or I don't know, any sort of hobby. You could even start a YouTube channel if you want to start a YouTube channel, because it's sort of, I'm not saying you need to take your mind off it completely, but it does distract you from overthinking things, and just to focus on little things and focus on things that make you happy. Because when you find a hobby that you love, it is amazing. And like, I love makeup, so I'm still like, yay, makeup tutorials and stuff. So yeah. The next thing is to plan ahead. Now I worry a lot, like a lot. So like before I go away, like I go on holiday on Saturday, and it's not, I don't really get anxious about going away, like thankfully. I get anxious about different things. I get anxious not about like, we're not flying because we're going on a cruise, but I get anxious about like when I'm there, like what if they, I don't know, like what if the room's too small and I'll get claustrophobic, or things like that. So I overthink things and then I panic and then I get anxious, and it's just like, oh, really? What I always do is, I love my lists. I always write lists. It's definitely just a plan ahead. So you could write list of what needs to go in your suitcase, so you know you can tick them off. You're planning ahead, you've got everything sorted. You can look at your sort of hotel or villa or wherever you're staying in depth, the pictures, so you sort of know what you're prepared for. You know how long the flight is or wherever you're travelling to. You just need to plan ahead so you can prepare yourself and know you're going to be okay. And if you're travelling alone or with someone, you know that you've sort of got that support with you. And yeah, I would just say just to plan ahead, write your lists down, and it will feel a lot better. That's what I've done for my holiday. I've written so many lists and Bradley's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. So the next thing is to create a mood board, and I really feel this helps. Now it's more if you're worried about sort of your future and you want to sort of, you're feeling a bit down from it, and creating a mood board makes you feel like you want to push towards your goals. It makes you feel a lot positive about things. And I remember on my mood board I had a big white car. I'd done it ages ago. My own place, nice interior, a boyfriend, going travelling to places. And I remember creating it like a couple of years ago, and I was looking back and thinking I have actually completed the majority of the things on my mood board, and they do work because you set your mind to something, you want to work harder and you accomplish it and you do it basically. So you could create like an actual visual one, but there's also an app called Pinterest, which is amazing. I've got Pinterest, and it's just really good inspiration. And I feel like you can create your own sort of mood boards. You can create mood boards for your house or just like generally just whatever. So definitely create mood boards, because I feel like it makes you feel a lot positive about the future and makes you want to sort of accomplish things in the future. And the last thing is to just accept you and accept how you deal with it. Now, it may affect other people. Like, I have definitely dealt with things in the wrong way and affected other people because I feel anxious, but I feel like if I say to them I'm anxious, they're going to be like, what is going, like, why can't you just do things, or like come out with us or anything like that? So you just need to remember to put you first and accept how you deal with things. You're going to learn it along the way and it will be okay. You will get there. You will learn how to deal with things, but just listen to yourself and just accept you, because you are amazing. You are amazing, and anxiety is so hard to deal with, like so hard. People don't understand unless you've got it. So just know that you are okay. You've got support around you. You've got your family, your friends. You've got the online community. I mean, if any of you guys want to message me, I would love it, because we can share our problems with each other. I've got loads of different socials, which I will leave in the description box down below and stuff. So just message me if you're feeling down about anything, and know that I can relate to you, and it does get better, and you will learn how to deal with it along the way. You will be okay. And you'll feel so low at some point, so amazing at some point, but over time it will get better and you'll learn to love you and accept you. And there's also a couple of apps that I like to use and a couple of websites that have helped me a lot. I've also, this book is called The Anxiety Solution, and this has helped me a lot. Like, for example, there is exercising seen through the eyes of someone who loves you. Get comfortable and close to your eyes. Imagine a person who really loves you is standing in front of you. Float up out of yourself and into their shoes. See yourself through their eyes. Feel with their heart. Hear their eyes. See all the incredible things that they see in you. Your smile, your amazing sense of humour, your unique style, your beautiful mind, and the quirks that make you gorgeous, lovable, and the woman that you are. From their perspective, tell yourself everything you need to know to understand how loved and valued you are. Send a warm glow back to yourself and float back into yourself and receive it. It's just such a nice book, and it makes you open your eyes and think of things a lot differently. And like, it even says here, simple steps for managing anxiety. It's just simple things that help you and think, actually, I'm going to try this or this. So yeah. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I've gone like deep. I just want to share with you guys my story and how I deal with it even to this day. There's good days and bad days, like I say, and it will be okay. We have each other. Please message me or speak to someone about it, like your loved ones or anything like that, because it is good to speak about things and it will help you. And I do want to create more videos about this because I feel like if it helps people, then that makes me the happiest person ever. Like, knowing that things that I've suffered with and I've learnt how to deal with could help other people that are suffering in that sense is amazing, and I would love that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to message me if you have any other questions or anything like that, or if you just want to have a chat. I would love to chat to you. I'll also leave all the links to the websites and the apps and stuff that I've used in the description box down below that have helped me. And if you have any tips on how you deal with it, then write in the comments down below your top tip for anxiety, or just to help you get through your day. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry it's a bit different to what I usually do, but I just want to help you guys and share with you my experience. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video, which should be a bit more happier. See ya!